The Worldgame is a standardized research tool under license that is used in educational researches and diagnosing talks about visual spatial learning system of children. The Worldgame consists of 160 small, often wood, elements from people's living environment. The elements are subdivided into different categories: houses, vehicles, people, trees, animals, fencing and signing, building material. The elements are fabricated in such a way that no single element explicitly stands out. Color, shape and size of the elements are neutral. The components have such an unambiguous structure that they do not lend themselves for any other use than for which it is meant: the building of a village. The Worldgame is employed as a non-verbal research tool. This means that the child is not required to speak at all. The child can build freely without having to support or explain this verbally. Very effective with non-speaking children or children with a fear of failure. The Worldgame is exclusively intended as a preventive and orienting research tool. The gathered results help to realize an individual educational research for both the educational and the social emotional side. Purchasing and working with the Worldgame is bound to a license. Only trained and qualified teachers and education experts can purchase the Worldgame and work with it. In the period between 1900 to around 1950, several professionals from different disciplines have been using the Worldgame material as a research tool. For instance, Margaret Lowenfeld, Charlotte Bühler and Kemp. In 1950, pedagogue Nell Oyerman became aware of the Worldgame. She applied this knowledge to signal and clarify phenomena of visual spatial thinking. She saw the Worldgame as a preventive research tool, a way to be ahead of problems and a handle for making an individual educational research. Until this day, the Worldgame material is used by many educational experts as a research tool, where three fixed aspects are considered every time. 1. The cognitive aspect. How does the child explore the world around them? The manner of building indicates how the child arranges his world. From this, insight into the cognitive abilities of the child is gained. 2. The affective aspect. How does the child experience their world? The village shows indications for social emotional aspects at play at the moment in the child regarding anger, frustration, protest, fear, communication, self-confidence and borders, which is considered highly valuable to researchers. 3. The pedagogical aspect. How does the child handle their world and how do they treat it? The village that is built will show whether the child still thinks very visually and whether the linguistic thinking is compromised. Consequently, you can pose the question, how should we educate this child? The Worldgame is always used as an additional component in an individual educational research or in combination with previously acquired research data. The factual examination with the Worldgame itself takes 15 minutes of the child on estimate. In this short time, the child builds a village and the researcher gains insight from analysis into all the three aspects of the child as mentioned. In principle, there will be no talking during the building process. The researcher observes and makes notes. When the village is finished, the child is allowed to explain what they have built. The researcher listens. Afterwards, the factual examination has ended. Evaluating the child's build happens at the end, using a score sheet. The results that, together with the other research data, emerge are very valuable to parents, teachers and the child itself. Experience teaches that remedial teachers, psychologists, speech therapists and remedial educationalists who work with the Worldgame are able to uncover what is at play at the child much deeper and more effectively on both the educational as the social emotional side. Working with the Worldgame is enriching, adds to the whole and proves time and time again to be effective. It is the only 100% non-verbal research tool within education. More information at www.kindinbeeld.nl worldgame.nl.